Story. Thanks for the meal, Sato. The girls cheered as they walk outside towards the beach front. Hold on. You should wait at least an hour before swimming, Iida advised. We know that, Iida, of course we're not going swimming. Mina clarified. We're gonna sit on the beach first then swim after a while, smiling at the class representative. See you at the beach, you guys, Hagakuri yelled, leaving the rest house with the girls. Thank God. I thought I was gonna pass out for a second. Kaminari sighed in relief when he was sure the girls left. Yeah, I never thought I'd see the day we'll see the girls wearing bathing suits. Ojiro tries to catch his breath. Kaminari tapped Kirishima's shoulder. Dude, what did you think of Mina's outfit? He teased. Why are you asking me, man? Do we really have to talk about this? Kirishima felt flustered by the question. You know, you guys slept in the same room. Kirishima smacked Kaminari on the head again. Nothing happened, dumbass. Geez, man, sometimes I forget how similar you and Mineta are. He nodded in disappointment. Speaking of which, yo Kaminari, what happened to you when you saw Kyoka? Siro asked. You almost short-circuited, it's embarrassing. He laughed. Hey, at least she's my girlfriend. Their yellow-haired friend bragged. Unlike Todoroki, who almost literally froze when he saw Yaoyorozu, he said in a desperate attempt to direct the attention away from him. Yeah, what happened to you back there, Todoroki? You just stood there. Shoji supported. I don't know. When I saw Yaoyorozu, I suddenly felt like I couldn't move. Todoroki then asked, was it someone else's quirk? No, Todoroki, it's called getting flustered. Ojiro corrected. You like her, right? So naturally you'll act like that sometimes. Remember when Midoriya used to act like that in front of Uraraka all the time? Kirishima reminded, making the rest of the guys laugh. It's not like Uraraka doesn't act like that in front of him though, Siro pointed out, realizing something afterwards. Hey, wait. Good morning, everyone. Tokiyami suddenly entered the conversation. Tokoya, am I? Where have you been? Iida asked whilst reducing the air into pieces. Outside. Training. He uttered, clearly he was hiding something. Siro smirked at their classmate. Sure you were. I bet your training with Sue is very intensive. I don't know what you are talking about. I was training with Dark Shadow, he defended, but Dark Shadow manifested behind him, nodding in disagreement. Dark Shadow. Silence. He ordered. I'm sorry, you know him. He's a bit unstable sometimes. The guys were dumbfounded by the interaction. You know, sometimes I forget your quirk can think for himself, Kaminari pointed out. Good morning, everyone, Ribbit. Good morning, Sue. Kaminari grinned at Tokiyami almost menacingly. Sue, where have you been? The girls were looking for you a while ago. Promoted stories. You'll also like The Rising of the Shield Hero of Peace. 37.2K 788. When All Might, formerly the #1 hero in Japan, also known as the symbol of peace, is transported to a world where he is dubbed and quote, the Shield Hero and quote, his name. Yagi Izuku, more than a quirk. 3.3K 149. This is the second book in a 4-book series. Be sure to check out the first before reading this. Yagi Izuku pushes himself to his limits every day in hope of becoming S. Villains and Heroes MHA Fanfic. 25.7K 773. Izuku was a small kid with the ability to take others' quirks and use them for himself or give them to others. But a tragedy strikes and destroys his life and the only pay. Anti-hero. 26.1K 927. Yaoyorozu Momo. Bakugo Katsuki and Todoroki Shoto are top students and unlikely friends from UA Academy, a school in an alternate Japan that has 80% of its entire populace. The Kind Villain. 21.4K 666. Villain Deku Fanfiction. Izuku Midoriya, a quirkless child no more than 9 years old, has always admired heroes. Especially his idol, All Might. Though, one thing he had me. The Eternal One for all temporary hiatus. 3.8K 100. This story follows our main protagonist Shiro, who, up until now, did have the best type of upbringing. From his parents avoiding him like the plague, to an older sister. Firestorm. My Hero Academia X Reader. 81.9K2K. This is my first My Hero Academia book. In a world where everyone has this unique power called a quirk, there is one problem child with an powerful quirk but also a famil. Sue begins to blush slightly. I was training. Sorry Ribbit, I have to change now so I can catch up with the girls. She walked away from the guys still blushing. Training, huh? Tokiyami, just admit it, you were with her, weren't you? Hiroshima laughed at his friend. That proves nothing. He defended, but the blush gave it away. You two were totally smiling at each other back when we were heading to Ua, he pointed out, still laughing hysterically. Tokiyami sighed in defeat, deciding to admit where he really was. All right, you got me. Sue and I headed to the town. I knew it, although I thought it would take a lot more convincing than that. The spiky red head cheered and laughed. Tokiyami, are you two dating? Sato asked. Since when? Is it really necessary to chatter about my personal life? Tokiyami felt a bit agitated by the guy's insistence to tell the story. No, not at all. Iida stood up from his chair. Everyone please refrain from asking more questions about Tokiyami and Asui. Whatever they are for each other, it is their business, he declared. Oh man, we're at the best part. Kaminari uttered, looking very disappointed. Perhaps we can head out to the beach and swim, Iida suggested. Good idea. Kaminari lit up. Kyoka might need something. Suddenly Mineta burst out of his cocoon and ran towards to his room. I'm changing to my swimming trunks, the girls are waiting. Shoji nodded in disappointment. Mineta needs to stop being creepy, even he scares me sometimes. Don't worry Shoji, Zero reassured, I'll bury him later. I'll get a shovel. Kaminari began to hurriedly look for the utilities room for a shovel. Todoroki, are you joining them? Tokiyami asked. I do not know. I'm not used to this kind of stuff. Iida patted his friend on the shoulder and began looking to the ceiling. Just enjoy the view or swim depending on what eases your mind. Maybe you'll even find a solution to your. He cleared his throat. Romance endeavor. Blank, underscore, blank. Beach time. Mineta sped outside towards the girl's location. Shoji's eyes widened by the sight. Zero, quick. Let's go. He replied, following a running Shoji, trying to stop Mineta. I got the shovel. Kaminari grinned at his excitement. Kaminari, Shoji and Zero already went out to chase Mineta, Tokiyami uttered. What? Come on. He replied and started to follow them. Hey Sue, where have you been? Why have I not? Yeah, we're lit. Mina asked. I told Ochako I was training Ribbit. Really? Training, huh? Hagakuri sarcastically replied. You know. The guys looked for Tokiyami earlier. Were you by any chance with him? Mina giggled. I have no idea what you are talking about, Ribbit. Mina got impatient of the charades. Oh come on Sue, we know you were with Tokiyami. And no, I wasn't. Asui begins to blush. Girls. Everyone looked at the direction where voice came from. Hey, the guys decided to join us. Mina cheered, but then she saw Mineta running towards. Mineta, you pervert. Hagakure yelled, preparing a slap for when he approaches. Kaminari suddenly appeared in front of them. Don't worry girls, we got this. He started digging a small hole for Mineta. This is my moment. Plus ultra. Mineta thought as he ran towards the girls. Zero. Shoji shouted, pointing at Mineta's feet. On it. Zero deployed his tape to trip him. Traitors. Mineta yelled as he rolled to the sand, landing him in the hole Kaminari dug up. Mission accomplished. Kaminari gave Shoji and Zero a thumbs up. Nice coordination, you three. Iida complimented as he approached his classmates. The other guys also arrived, laughing at Mineta's state. Why do you have to be such a pervert? Hagakure angrily shouted at Mineta, raising her hands alternately. Blank, underscore, blank. Hey boys, nice of you to join us. Mina smiled at them, causing the guys to blush. What are you girls up to? Kirishima asked. Uraraka replies. Well, not much, but we've been thinking of playing volleyball. Hey, how about we play boys versus girls? That's a good idea. Hagakure cheered at the suggestion. We'll play 6-on-6. Count me out. Bakugo yelled. I'm not interested on playing games. We're not gonna invited you anyway. Mina yelled and stuck her tongue out. Who will be the players then? Ochako asked. Now that is the problem. Mina then approached Kirishima and whispered something. Great idea. He approached the guys to tell the plan. Todoroki, Tokiyami, Ojiro, Kaminari. He called. Let's play against the girls. What? Tokiyami replied. I refuse to participate in this game of yours. I agree. I don't even know how to play this game, Todoroki uttered, feeling a bit anxious. Come on guys, it'll be fun, he insisted. Blank, underscore, blank. Mina, why do I feel like you're responsible for this? Ochako giggled. Mina winked at her friend. Well, at least it won't be a challenge, right? As mischievous as that is, Ribbit. Asui interrupted. I can't help but notice Kirishima will be playing too. Mina, you're making it too obvious, Yaoyorozu teased as she began creating the ball in the net. What? It's not intended, you guys. The pink-skinned girl began to turn pink even more. Jiro felt a need to tease Mina for last night. Sure it wasn't. Blank, underscore, blank. All right, let's do this. Kirishima managed to convince the guys to play, but there is one problem. We're short one guy, he noticed. Hey guys, we need one more player. Zero, you in? Cellophane replied in regret. Nah, I don't think I'll be able to do much, sorry guys. Hey Shoji, what about you? I'm not sure I can play well. Come on man, you got tentacles for hands and you're freakishly tall. I bet the girls won't have chance against us. It took quite a bit of convincing for Shoji, but he later agreed to play. All right, let's do this. Kirishima cheered. Kaminari, prepare to lose girls. Blank, underscore, blank. Author's note. I apologize for making so much Class 1A content. I felt like they shouldn't be left out for some reason. Bear with me, the plot will slowly turn to izuocha again. If you got to this chapter, thank you for reading.